word is availability. Availability for spiritual growth. So what is availability? What is being available means, right? So I kind of started sharing this idea with my friends, and I did share the same idea in our Saturday session last week. So I thought I'll share it again here. So, for example, if a guy is earning $100, right? So the guy is working hard to make this $100. And if he wants to make $110, the guy is thinking, okay, I'll work 1 more hour extra to make that $10, or 2 more hours extra to make that $10, right? I'm just making up the number. But the guy is never thinking, and this is what I was sharing with my wife, even a CEO of a company or an ordinary worker in a company, or for example, in Amazon, ordinary worker, CEO have the same 24 hours available for them. Just because some guy is a CEO doesn't have 48 hours in a day. So the same 24 hours or 8 hours, 10 hours that guy is working, the same amount the ordinary worker in Amazon is working. Right? But what is the difference, right? The difference is in the perspective, perception of how the company runs. That's the only difference. So this guy is working hard. I mean, he'll say he'll put extra 2 hours to make some extra money. So where I am going with this is, the guy is trying to do the same thing to make the extra money. The guy is not thinking he could do something different in his life to double his salary or double his earnings, right? So when that guy is open to the possibility of earning double than what he's making, he will look for different opportunities. He has to think about that possibility that he can make double the money what he's making today. I'm not saying how, but at least that thought, that idea should come to the mind. For that idea to come to the mind, even occur, to see outside the style of working or whatever, the style of earning, when that possibility occurs in the mind, suddenly the mind becomes available for that possibility. Until then, the mind is not thinking about that possibility. That means it is not available. Right? So now once this possibility comes to the mind, automatically you are more and more available to make that idea work, to make that possibility a reality. And once you start working towards that possibility, in spiritual terms, what is called is craving. So now I am craving to make that possible. This is what designing the destiny means. In fact, I was giving a workshop in Kana Ashram. There are about 150 people, newly appointed government officers. So I was telling them, so somebody said, yesterday there was a talk about designing the destiny, but how do you control the destiny? I said, you should have asked the guy who gave the workshop yesterday, right? So anyway, that question was thrown at me. So then I asked, when is destiny? Where is destiny? Is it after 10 minutes, 1 hour, 10 days later, 1 year later, or is after your life is ended? When is destiny and where is destiny? Right? So we say, designing destiny, wonderful, right? But where is the destiny? When? And where? Right? You can say philosophically now, but that now is a continuous now. You cannot say now. The moment you say now, it is past already. So same thing with the destiny, also the same thing. We have a bigger goal, And we are achieving smaller goals to reach the destiny, the bigger goal. So each smaller destiny I complete, each smaller goal I accomplish, become, then I am sort of in the business of designing my destiny. Otherwise, there is no destiny. We just go by the, wherever the air takes, wherever the wind takes, not air, wherever the wind takes, we just go in all directions. So same thing, when I become available for the possibilities, I can mold my life to achieve that possibility. Otherwise, we are stuck with this meditation. Oh, I'm meditating every day. I have too many thoughts which I cannot control. I have so much stress in my life which I cannot control. But I still meditate. And there's no change, no progress. I can be meditating like this for next 1,000 years. I'll still remain the same. So it is not the question of whether the system is working or not. It is the question of whether we are using the system or not. Right? So for me to use the system, I have to look at the possibilities it can offer. We have to look at the possibilities our life itself can offer. And then work towards these possibilities for the spiritual growth. So I was always amazed at Babuji. In his autobiography he has written, he was able to perceive the next condition which he can achieve. So that means he is open for the possibilities, he is available. And once the possibility appears in front of you, if you have decided to work on it, then you are completely available for that possibility. Then the transmission we receive works effectively. Otherwise, if the bucket is full, how much you want to fill the bucket, right? It's already full. How do we make the bucket available is, that means the bucket size has to expand. Or water has to drain out or to be utilized somehow. So the transmission we receive, we cannot even digest it completely, absorb it completely, because we receive the transmission but we don't work on it. It stagnates over there. Unless I become more and more absorb that transmission through my practice, regular practice, and being available, looking for the more and more higher possibilities, it's not moving anywhere. So that's why this whole aspect of practice. And at the same time, you hear these words, craving, acceptance, all these words, but we don't know. I mean, we assume we understood the word, but we don't know how to practically bring it into our life. So accept means, okay, I'm going through this stress, I accept the stress. What does it mean? It means nothing. That means, basically, I'm assuming it will be there and I'll continue to be stressed, get more and more stressed. I still accept it. That is not acceptance. The acceptance is to, again, same thing, available, to see the possibility to go above that stress. Stress will be there, how much ever. Even all the masters of the past, they went through all this stress. Even the Jesus on the cross, he said, "Oh God, why have you forsaken me?" Right? So the stress will be there, whether it's physical, mental, otherwise emotional. That's life. But that's not acceptance. The acceptance is, how can I go above my current state? Right? So that is what all this heartfulness is about. Yes, it has the method, practice and everything. It has the guru, but how am I effectively using the system? So for that, we need to participate more and more, work upon ourselves more and more. And even when I'm doing a volunteer work, yes, the volunteer work is good, but am I available for these possibilities? Right? If I am not, all my volunteer work is down the drain. Right? So this is very important, something to think about. So from now on, when I'm meditating, when I get absorbed into that meditation, keep that possibility open. Okay, what is the next condition, the refined condition I can experience? Work on it continuously. So this should be the goal. So from now on, the goal is after every meditation, a week of practice, where am I going next? If you ask that question and go into your bedtime prayer, when we say, Thou art the real goal. So, this higher goal we are talking about, at the same time in our prayer, when we are saying, You are the one to guide me, so that means I am asking my own higher essence to guide me to see that next stage. With that prayer, go to sleep every day and see if that possibility appears to you in a week's time. It doesn't take years of practice. 1 week, if you practice it right, is good enough. See that possibility. At least ask for it internally. Beg for it. Pray for it. Do whatever. But get there. Okay. So I'll stop here. So we have our brother Rajiv is attending our session today. He is also a heartfulness trainer in Orlando area. So I'll request him to conduct the session. But I'll stop here for any comments, questions, or any observations. All right. No questions are good, so we can get into meditation.